In the news tonight, thousands of delegates coming for Carifesta 15. New tint regulations bring opportunities for service providers. The nursing profession comes under the spotlight during a major stakeholders meeting. And in sports, Matthew Forde replaced by Johann Layne in the Windies ODI Squad due to injury.
The headline news is brought to you by National Transformation Initiative, shaping the Starbajan.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Lisa Broom. Thank you for tuning in. In our top story tonight, thousands of delegates are confirmed to visit Barbados for Carifesta 15. As a result, several hotels are fully booked for the August 22nd to 31st event. Transportation, volunteers and other logistics are also being fine-tuned for the festival. Anesta Henry has those details.
Carifesta 15 will kick off in just over 2 weeks, and some hotels are fully booked with 3,000 delegates confirmed. Logistics coordinator Ian Walcott says the accommodation sector has already started to feel a positive impact from the festival, with some delegates beginning to arrive.
Hotels can't complain. That's one of the impacts, the economic impact. So mainly along the south coast, that's where you're going to get a lot of the delegates staying. As a matter of fact, we have in some instances, the hotels are fully booked. So the festival is from the 22nd until the 31st, and you can get that information at carifesta.net or our social media pages, Carifesta on Instagram and Facebook. But book now, because the hotels, they're telling you, we are fully booked for that period.
While 1,500 hotel rooms on the southern corridor are booked, there are delegations opting for Airbnbs.
So we vetted all of the Airbnb properties to make sure that they're up to standard. So that's an option. And there are some delegations, and outside of the official country delegations, there were some performances that were invited. So we have Alvin Ailey coming. That's exciting. And a lot of them are staying at Airbnbs, and some will be staying on the West Coast properties as well.
And the delegates from CARICOM, as well as Central and Latin America countries, such as Panama and Colombia, will also need to be transported to and from venues and around the island.
That includes a whole cadre of drivers, and we are calling on the drivers who were trained last year for World Cup. We're using a lot of those drivers. So we have over 100 drivers being trained right now. Today was the last day of training. To an international standard, we're using the World Cup model as well as the Olympics model.
Walcott says there was a tremendous response to a call for volunteers, with 450 volunteers trained to meet international standards.
Some of the volunteers speak foreign languages, and we've already identified those, including French Creole. We have a few volunteers who speak French Creole, a volunteer who speaks Dutch. So that's very unusual in Barbados. Most people will speak Spanish or French. There's some Portuguese. Brazil is coming as well. So they have been identified, and they'll be working closely with those delegations.
And the security will also be a major focus throughout the festival.
We tested a lot of our systems for during crop over this year. So security is going to be tight without making you feel as though you're under heavy surveillance. But rest assured, you can come out and have a good time.
Tickets for Carifesta 15 events will go on sale from this weekend. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Eggs, poultry and pork producers, as well as farmers, are hoping to reap some of the financial benefits from Barbados staging Carifesta 15. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul, says as far as the association is aware, farmers have put provisions in place to ensure there's no shortage of locally produced food. Mr. Paul says he does not anticipate any shortages.
We have not received any indication from farmers that there should be any difficulties in meeting demand for poultry and livestock meats. Even right now, for instance, vegetables, as I understand it, you have plentiful supplies of vegetables around, local vegetables. So I would anticipate that farmers will be looking forward to the business that it will come as a result of the amount of persons who will be visiting from Carifesta. It's an opportunity for them to make some money, and of course, it is always welcome, because sometimes we have a situation where farmers produce in large quantities and we're not able to get it. So, but I hope it on this occasion that this was not seen.
Carifesta 15 will be flooded with books written by regional authors. Coordinator of the Carifesta 15 Literary Arts component, Naila Falomi Imoja, says they want to show the world that the Caribbean has literary prowess in numbers. And she's inviting all Barbadians to attend the literary market during Carifesta starting August 22nd. Ms. Imoja was speaking as a guest on Morning Barbados.
There is going to be not necessarily a library space, but a literary market.
Right.
We're actually visioning it as the world's largest Caribbean bookstore. Yeah. So you see how you got shivers, right? Exactly. So there's going to be this space where not only will there be books, but there'll be all kinds of activities. Mm-hmm. We're going to have some workshops there. Not necessarily in that space, but nearby. Right. We will be having readings in the space, children's story time. We'll be having, there's so much going on.
Yes.
I can't even remember all of it. But the point is that we're trying not only to elevate the authors, but to encourage reading.
Tinting businesses are adjusting quickly as the countdown continues to enforcement of the new tint law on September 1st. With free tint testing now underway, tint shops are getting more calls from customers who are now asking for tints that meet the new legal limit. Deanza Roberts has more.
With the tint law set to be enforced from September 1st, some tinting businesses are already seeing changes. Dave Belgrave of Abstract Tinting Studio says he has been getting more calls, although not additional visits just yet, but anticipates this will soon change. Belgrave says he informs his customers about the regulation at all times.
As a tint person, they go follow the regulations. Some customers may want else, but I got to follow the regulations. If somebody wants a tint that is darker, I give them a warning, I tell them straight, well, this is not legal. If they still insist, well, maybe or maybe not is installed. The 25% is for the front glass, 20% is for the back. Right, so I carry both. So that if they want 20 right round or 25 right round, or as the regulations say, 20 back, 25 up front.
He explains the process and the time it takes as well.
Stripping is additional cost, stripping and cleaning, and then reinstalling. It takes like maybe 2 hours to 2.5 hours to complete the vehicle. All depends on your type, because some vehicles you may have to take down the back panels to get it fully clean.
Whatever the cost and however long the process, remember that the regulation comes into effect in less than a month, and there are just a few more days for your free tint testing, which ends on Sunday. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Well, as that September 1st deadline for tint enforcement looms, Barbadians are divided on the issue. While some support the move, citing safety and crime prevention, others say everyone, no matter their rank, should be part of the move.
If you want to don't point thing or don't go too dark, it got to be across the board. Because there's a fair country and everybody said that Barbados is equal rights and justice. So it should be equal for the top and for the bottom. So if I go to change my tank, I feel government officials should change the tank too.
A vehicle with tinted windows, to me, it is a legal scene of the law. If a police officer stops a vehicle, if a police comes to the vehicle, I personally feel that the police should see what is coming to he or she. If the vehicles are too dark, it's not right. I mean, you see vehicles passing you and they're dark, you don't know who, not like you're malicious, but I personally feel that everything should be visible.
Ain't a bad idea. It's just that some people like their own privacy. Yeah, and I think everybody got the rights to the privacy. But as long as they still got a little visibility that you can see what's going on inside the vehicle, ain't nothing bad about it. But I don't think it shouldn't be a stiff fine for it. That's the way I see it.
Well, coming up on Newsnight, the nursing profession comes into sharp focus soon during a major meeting. In a move to enhance healthcare delivery across the Caribbean, chief nursing officers from CARICOM and its associate states are meeting to map out the future of nursing. They will convene in Barbados from August 12th to 14th for the regional nursing body's 52nd annual general meeting, which will be held at the Savannah Hotel, Hastings, Christchurch. Anastasia Jordan, chief nursing officer in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, says the discussions will focus on raising the standards for nursing practitioners regionally, among other things. She says Barbados will join the regional push to harmonize education so all Caribbean nurses can meet the same high standards of care.
There are nurse practitioners in Bahamas, Jamaica, St. Vincent, and Lucia, and the regional nursing body is responsible for establishing the standards of practice and education for all nursing. So this is the area that we're going to be embarking on new for this year, where we're going to be looking at the role and the profile of advanced practice nurses in the Caribbean.
We'll also be looking at and addressing the many challenges they face locally and in the region.
There's a global shortage of nurses, and we are also facing challenges where we have deficit in terms of capacity for training. We have workforce challenges where a number of our educators in nursing are retiring. This is throughout the region, and we're always looking for ways where we can use and pool our resources to assist where we have specialty areas in nursing that we have to focus a lot on.
People collecting items at the Bridgetown port have been urged to be patient as customs officials thoroughly check what has been imported. The call from Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins, while making the point that a number of illegal weapons are brought into the island in pieces, then reassembled. Her comments came during a recent Community Connect service hosted by Sanctuary Empowerment Center.
When you break down a gun into the constituent parts and you hide it into barrels coming in, or you can't always distinguish things. So when you go into the port, for example, and you're complaining because somebody has searched your goods, you never know what it is they're seeing on a scanner that they're looking for and is taking out in the broken down parts and taking to your friendly neighborhood mechanic to reassemble into a weapon. There are all kinds of things that you don't know are happening, but they're connected to legal activity, so it's not as clear-cut as you may think.
A Barbadian living abroad is on a mission to spread Barbados' culture everywhere he goes. Event promoter, DJ, and personal security expert Roderick Burnett, who's traveled to almost every continent, is calling on fellow Barbadians to export the local culture worldwide. He says there are many opportunities to do so, whether through Invest Barbados or international producers signing Barbadian artists. Mr. Burnett was speaking as a guest on Morning Barbados.
I think the world is a very big place. Ghana has 15+ million people, Nigeria 200+ million, Brazil 200+ million, that a lot of them don't have no idea. Besides Rihanna, that's all they know about Barbados. And I think we need to, as a country, export the culture a lot more to these places so people can come in, and we need that revenue from people coming in so we can build the country up to a place where it's you know, everybody's happy and everybody's, I'm not saying we're not happy now, but build the revenue streams into Barbados.
Morals have taken a nosedive, not only in Barbados, but across the region and the world as well. That's the view of founder of Prayer Warriors International, Pastor Courtney Selman. It's for this reason that his organization is on a mission to make the world morally better. He says the initiative is set to begin on September 19th. Pastor Selman was a guest on Morning Barbados, where he has asked employers and schools to join the initiative.
We are trying to reach out to the companies in Barbados to participate and have every Friday as morally dressed down day, morally transforming dressed down day, every Friday, where they would wear the T-shirts. Right. Excuse me. And companies would, we're asking companies to recognize that day as a morally dressed down day, where they would wear the T-shirts. and to purchase the T-shirts on behalf of the employees, and they will wear them. And it will be a point of discussion throughout the day.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
As promised, it's sports time now. Damien Best is standing by live in the sports studio. Good evening, Damien.
Yeah, good evening to you, Lisa. Good evening to our viewers and listeners. Barbadian pacer Johann Layne will replace countryman Matthew Forde in the Windies squad for the 3 one-day internationals against Pakistan starting tomorrow in Trinidad. Forde dislocated his left shoulder while attempting a catch during yesterday's training session. Layne has taken 13 wickets in 12 List A matches and was a member of the West Indies squad at the 2022 ICC Under-19 World Cup. He recently earned his first call-up to the West Indies Test squad for the 3 matches against Australia in July. So the updated squad reads: Captain Shea Hope, Joel Andrew, Jediah Blades, Casey Carty, Roston Chase, Layne, Justin Graves, Amir Jangu, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Shafin Rutherford, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd. This will be a crucial series for the hosts as the Caribbean men seek to break their streak of consecutive white ball losses against Australia and Pakistan. The last time West Indies won against Pakistan in ODIs came back in 2019. The West Indies failed to qualify for the 2023 Cricket World Cup, and Captain Hope knows they need to improve their form in order to avoid the same fate in 2027.
I think it's a very positive mood and vibe amongst the dressing room, especially some of the recent results that we've had, but despite those in different formats, I think the guys are really looking forward to this one, especially the core group of ODI guys who we've had for the last 2 years or so. We've shown that success, especially in our own home conditions. So it's something that we're certainly looking forward to, and tomorrow starts another journey, some history that we can create as well. So a lot to look forward to from a leadership standpoint, and certainly from the guys who have been around for quite some time. It's not an overnight fix. It's something that we identified previously in terms of the stats, the planning, the strategy that we need to go into each series. So I think we certainly get in there, but it's nice to see the batting really coming to the fore, and then with our bowling department, everyone chipping in, guys are getting better at their skills, we're understanding what's required in certain situations. So just to put those 2 areas, and then no doubt the fielding, which something we all have to do well. And as a team, if we can bat well, bowl well, and field well, we're going to be a great team going forward.
Milo Lodge and Harrison College will meet in the final of the BCA Student Revolving Loan Fund Schools Under 15 cricket competition. Both teams advanced to the championship match by virtue of first innings points as their respective semi-final encounters ended in draws today. Scores at Dells Road, Foundation 91 and 51 for 5, Lodge 160. Then over at Lears, Harrison College batted the entire first day to put themselves in a good position against Alexandra. CBC's Anne Margaret Boyce reports on the pre-lunch session on day 2.
Harrison College resuming on 177 for 9 in their first innings, with the tail looking to wag. Stefano Springer tugging this one behind square for a boundary of Jario Evans. But the innings came to an end quickly after. 2 runs already completed. They come back for a third, but the run out is completed. 8C all out for 183. Alexandra's turn to bat with 1 hour and 30 minutes until lunch. Jario Evans gets this one down to third man, first boundary of the innings. HC got the breakthrough thanks to Anthony Waterman. That's through the gate, and Javonte Mears has to go. Alexandra 7 for 1. The new batter is Shamir Beckles, and he too fell victim. That's wonderful from Waterman. Alexandra lost the second. It's 9 for 2. Made that 3. Jario Evans hits it straight to the fielder at mid-on. Charles Wood takes his first, and Alexandra in further trouble with the score 19 for 3. That brought Kimani Holder to the crease, and he gets this one to the fence as Alexandra went to lunch 40 for 3. And more Goodrich Boyce, CBC Sports.
Yeah, thanks, Anmar. Alexandra were eventually dismissed for 51 to surrender a 126-run first innings lead. College then batted out the rest of the day, finishing on 100 for 3 in their second innings. The three-day final between Harrison College and Lodge will be played August 12th to 14th.
The Business Report, brought to you with the compliments of Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Most members of the Small Business Association do not believe there will be any impact on their operations from increased tariffs imposed by the U.S. Chief Executive Officer of that association, Dr. Lynette Holder, tells the Business Report that came from a poll involving the manufacturing and agribusinesses of the organization. She adds the information suggests the producers are open to contemplating other markets.
It suggests that the conversation around looking at others in the region, looking at Latin America, for example, and even further south, may be under contemplation by my firms, because they recognize that the traditional trading partners, may not be as lucrative going forward.
The SBA members would also like to see a reduction in taxes.
Majority of those polls felt, look, there was a need to look at the tax regime and how can government possibly reduce taxes now and other tariffs on imports, yes, but also generally in the marketplace.
Climate smart investments and the importance of regional connectivity were among the major outcomes of the just concluded Caribbean Investment Forum 2025. The forum also succeeded in raising the profile of the region, not only as a tourism destination, but for innovation, manufacturing and sustainability-led business. It also looked at the importance of regional connectivity and new investment policies designed to mobilize capital toward high-impact Caribbean ventures. The forum was hosted by the Caribbean Development Agency in partnership with the Government of Jamaica, JAMPRO, CARICOM, and the European Union. The theme was Smart, Green, Connected, a call to action for the region to embrace innovation, sustainability, and digital integration as key drivers of future growth.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
Damien is back with the second half in sports now, so it's over to you, Damien.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lisa. Well, Barbados has finished bottom of Group E of League B at the CONCACAF Under-15 Championships in Aruba. Playing in their final match of the tournament today, Barbados lost 3-0 to Trinidad and Tobago. Here are the highlights.
Barbados looking for their first points here today against the Trinidad side that has been comfortable in their contest so far. They've led both of their matches 1-0 at the half. They added a second after the interval. They've been on the front foot here, although Barbados has had the best chance of this match so far. But it is Trinidad and Tobago getting the opener off the set-piece routine. It is the Soca Warriors now in attack, though. Quincero taken down, and this will be a penalty. Big moment in this match. Quintero, who won the penalty, will take it. Kevez Quintero, coolly done. Good skill there by Nanton to keep the ball alive. Jeremiah Nanton, the initial save by King. The rebound, though, knocked home. 3-0, Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, a triumphant reception for the Barbados Masters and Seniors Athletic Club, also known as BAMSAC, after their successful outing at the USA National Senior Games in Iowa. The squad, which finished with 7 gold, 6 silver and 6 bronze for a total of 19 medals, was greeted warmly last night at the Granny Adams International Airport. Also known as the Senior Olympics, the USA National Senior Games is a multi-sport competition for adults aged 50 and over, held every 2 years, and is the largest multi-sport event in the world for seniors. Head coach Dennis Thornhill says the team performed well.
The competition was very competitive, and we had some outstanding performances. Let me think first of Mr. Mar Norville in men's category 80 to 84, who captured 2 goals and 2 silvers. And also, 2 goals and 2 silvers. We also had Beverly Beckles, who captured 3 silvers. There was also Yolanda Allen, 2 goals, and 2 goals, that's right. And also a goal in the relay. Yeah, we had some outstanding performances.
Well, Sandra Murray is the assistant coach and says the build-up to the games was very important.
We kind of practice and train 3 days a week, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at Usain Bolt, where we focus on track and so on. And on Tuesday and Thursday, we do some gym work to help keep us in good condition.
Well, as you heard, with 3 silver and 1 gold medal to her credit, Beverly Beckles says the competition was fierce.
This one was a bit challenging. I had to really pull out the grit to get through to the final, because each one of my competitions I had to compete against like 38 people and things like that to get to the finals. So, and I was lucky enough to get to the finals in the 50, the 100, and the 200. I was successful in getting silver in all 3 of those races. And then for the 4x100 relay in my age group, I was able to get a gold.
Yeah, congratulations to the team once again. 103 players, 79 men and 24 women have signed up to take part in the 4th Barbados Road Tennis Open. Among that number are Mark Venom Griffith and Kim Holder, the men's and women's defending champions respectively. The tournament will start on August 16th at the Dighton Parroch facility in Bush Hall, St. Michael, and then 5 weeks later with the finals on Saturday, September 20th at the Windies Gymnasium. This year's tournament carries a first prize of $20,000 to the winners of both the men's and women's competitions as part of almost $170,000 in total prize money on offer. More than 100 players will assemble in Barbados next week for the Carifesta Juniors 2025 Badminton Tournament. President of the Barbados Badminton Association, Kevin Wood, says the event has attracted some of the most promising badminton players from around the region, with the likes of Trinidad, Jamaica, Guyana and Suriname set to compete.
We are very excited, obviously, to host the Carifesta Championships, which is the Caribbean Regional Championships in Barbados. It gives us an opportunity to be on show at home, which is always good when you don't have to travel to a foreign country to represent your country. It's always good to be playing at home, where you got your home support, you got everybody around you. That support team is a lot bigger and a lot stronger when you are actually playing at home.
The Carifesta Juniors will run from August 15th to August 23rd at the Windies Gymnasium.
Barbados, they are shaping up pretty well. What we normally do and what we continue this year is that we normally, through collaboration with National Sports Council, we try to get all of our national athletes or persons that will more likely make the team into a camp through National Sports Council camp. And we have those persons, they are working together as a unit already, and throughout the whole period of the camp, they've been working on different facets of their games. And also what we have done different this year is that we have actually introduced a mental coach with the players, where they're having mental sessions once a month.
And that's news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.